this video I am reviewing airports that some of you created, the best of which will progress to the grand finale episode at the end of this season. In the previous episodes, New Manchester Airport, Heathrow Airport and Backnang International Airport were voted as the best airports and will progress to the grand finale. Now let's go to airport number 1. The first airport of today is Torp Airport, located in Sandefjord in Norway. And we start off big because I believe this airport looks incredible. Let's take a closer look. Starting off with the passenger side of the airport, he has got a terminal and some remote gates. This all looks really neat and structured, and what I really much like are the floodlights that are actually working, adding an awesome effect also at night. Moving on, he has also got a small cargo section on his airport. Here he has got an Airbus Beluga XL, which is used to transport plane parts, like for example this horizontal stabilizer. And it's really cool to see that he bought the interactive model, which is actually able to open its door. Next to the cargo section, he has built a really cool military section. Around the military section he placed a bunch of trees and scenery. He's got a small section where he has place for 2 fighter jets. And I really like how he camouflaged these hangars with some modeling grass. I'm curious to know how you got these fighter jets in a 1:500 scale. Be sure to comment that down below if you're watching. Furthermore, this guard post looks incredible, featuring the Germany, NATO and US flag. And another cool detail is this mesh fence that he added. On the other side of the military section he has got some US Air Force models, which once again looks incredible. Also, he has got a long runway and taxiway on his airport. Another nice detail are the differences in paint colors he used on his airport. While the runway is a light tint of grey, the taxiway is a bit darker, and he also added some asphalt patches. The ramp consists mostly out of concrete, and using pencil he created these concrete tiles, squares of about 2 by 2 centimeters. Overall, I think we're looking at an incredible first airport, which looks super realistic. So be sure to take a good look at this and take your inspiration out of it for your own model airport. Moving to Vietnam, we have Hoang Duyen International Airport located in Hanoi. This is a 1:400 scale airport consisting of a huge terminal, and to me it looks very structured. The runway and the taxiways around it look very spacious, and also all of the markings seem to be included. This bird's eye view of the cargo section shows the amount of detail he's got. First of all, there are so many vehicles on here, which really brings the cargo section alive. Here the ground markings look very complete once again. And what I like are the floodlights that you added in between every aircraft stand. On the back of the cargo section he added some scenery and trees, like some palm trees, which make your airport look very tropical. Another cool detail is that he has actual passengers on his airport that are now deboarding the aircraft and getting into the bus, which is such a realistic addition. It is a shame that he didn't add a picture where we could see the front of the terminal, because I think he put a lot of work in it and it looks incredible. Though his airport looks already very nice and complete in my opinion. Next we go to the USA and take a look at Luton International Airport in the fictional town of Luton in Alaska. This airport consists of Darren aircraft, and he did an incredible job building an airport around it. Taking a closer look at the terminal, what he really nicely did is adding actual passengers behind the windows, as if they were waiting for their aircraft. Also in the corner of his airport he has got an aircraft hangar with a parking lot on top of it, and in the middle he has got 2 winter themed trees and also this flight schedule. On the edges of the runway he added some lights, and they look nice, though what you can do is remove this tape and instead glue down the cable of the lights. Lastly, the modeling grass looks perfect, and it really nicely fills up the space in between the airport apron and the runway. Therefore, for anyone who has Darren aircraft and is wondering what kind of airport should I build, I think you can take this airport as inspiration for sure. Going to San Diego in the United States, we have San Diego International Airport. This is a 1:400 scale model airport completely created out of paper. From the airport surface to all of the ground service equipment, terminal and jet bridges, he created everything out of paper. And he did an incredible job on this. I think the terminal looks stunning, and it really looks a lot like the actual San Diego terminal. Around all of the aircraft is a lot of ground service equipment that DL created out of paper as well. This really takes some time, detail and precision, and he's done an incredible job on this. Furthermore, what I really like about this image is that he added a background to his airport. Instead of a white wall, we now have a landscape on the background. And another cool detail is that he added the gate signs on top of the jet bridges. Overall, San Diego International I think is an incredible model airport fully made out of paper, and therefore it could be grand finale worthy. Though that's all up to you, and be sure to leave your opinion down below in the comment section. Up next we take a look at Aviation International Airport located in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. This airport looks to me like an organized chaos, because there is so much going on all around here. He's got several terminals and remote stands. And I have got one advice for you and anyone else who has quite a chaotic airport. Be sure everything is almost to scale. That means that if you have a 1:400 scale airport, the ground service equipment is also in the 1:400 scale. And that also goes for example, the modeling grass and this ILS box. The modeling grass is now quite high and the runway isn't very wide. And if I have to translate the ILS box to the 1:400 scale, I think this pole would be around 25 meters tall in real life, which is way too tall. By making your accessories of your airport to scale, you make your aircraft model stand out more and make your airport more realistic. Next we go to the UK to Dudley International Airport in Dudley, the West Midlands. Here we see an Airbus Beluga taking off from his runway. And what I really much like are all the wear and tear markings on the runway that he created. Every time an aircraft lands or takes off from the runway, the rubber tires leave some marks. And over time, this progresses into very black spots on the touchdown zone of the runway that he very nicely recreated. Taking a closer look at the terminal then, he's got some nice 3D printed airport buses, and also he has got a lot of blast fences on his airport. These are very nice additions, quite easy to make from paper, but you could also 3D print them of course. And they are seen at every airport in real life. These blast fences are meant to deflect the jet blast coming out of the engines, to protect personnel and vehicles on the ramp. Up next we take a look at Cincinnati Western International Airport in Cincinnati, the USA. I'd like to show you this airport because of its nice scenery. Here on the corners of the airport he added a very nice pond. He used some rocks which I think he collected outside, and around it he added some modeling trees. And in the other corner he also got a small park with some colorful trees. For the rest, this airport consists of 4 terminals and 2 runways which each have LED strips on the sides. The terminals look awesome and nicely detailed. And I think my biggest tip for you would be to add ground service equipment. There is currently none on the airport and it will add so much more realism. Pushback trucks, catering trucks, baggage equipment, passenger buses and fire trucks. I am sure all of those items will contribute. A place to get them is on littlemodelairport.com. He created free downloads of, for example, these pushback trucks which you can print out and fold yourself, which is a really cost-effective option and which I will definitely recommend for your model airport. Here we have Frankfurt International Airport, located in Frankfurt, Germany. This 1:400 scale airport is situated on an airport mat. He did add his own modeling trees for some scenery. Around every aircraft he very nicely put some ground service equipment, making the airport look very much alive. Though in my opinion, you could add some more creativity to your airport, as it's now based on an airport mat that you bought. A way to add that creativity is for example by adding floodlights. Herpa Wings has these floodlights which they sell in packets of 10 for about £15. Though if you really want to take it a step further, you can add actual floodlights which light up. They are available on AliExpress and they need a power adapter to actually work. Here we have Dublin Skeet International Airport, located in Dublin, Ireland, and this airport uses the exact same airport mat as the previous airport. That's what I mean with add some creativity of your own to the airport. like covering this grass with actual modeling grass. Though there is one detail that stands out so much that I want to discuss this airport, because he has got 3D printed private jets on it. They look really nice, and I'm very curious to know how you 3D printed them. Because I tried to 3D print aircraft in the past and it didn't work out. So therefore be sure to explain us in the comments down below how you did this, because I'm very curious to know. Next we take a quick look at Šutlíčko International Airport in Prague, the Czech Republic. And what's funny about this airport is that he put it on the floor. You see the stairs here. So he probably walks through his own model airport every single day to get up on the stairs. And around the airport runway he actually also added some lights, which is cool to see at night. In the terminal building he added some lights as well, which is a very cool detail. My advice for you would be to be really careful when you walk through your airport so you don't step onto your models. It'd be a really big shame if you break one of your models that way. Though it's really funny to see where you located your model airport. Going to Germany, to Frankfurt Regional Airport. This is a 1:500 scale airport, which I think has one nice detail, as he added some rubber tire marks along the taxiway lines and on the runway center line. I think these wear and tear markings add an incredible sense of realism to the airport, and they are quite easy to make using charcoal. Also he added some cracks in the concrete tiles, which is cool to see. My big tip for your airport is to add some windows to the terminal. Using a blue marker you can, for example, draw some squares, which will already make a big difference. Also you can consider adding gate numbers, both as ground markings and also on the terminal itself. And that is it for today's episode of Model Airport Reviews. I hope you enjoyed this video, and be sure to comment down below which airport you think should deserve a spot in the grand finale. Now I would like to thank you for watching all the way to the end. Please consider to like and subscribe. You can watch any of these two videos if you want to see more about model aviation, and then I will see you in the next video.